we're going to discuss about compound interest. Compound interest, maturity or future value in compound interest, where P is principal or present value, F is maturity or future value at the end of the term, R is interest rate, and T is term or time in years. The compound interest IC is given by IC equals F minus P. So here's our objective. Number 1, compute interest, maturity value, and present value in compound interest, and solve problems involving compound interest. So here's our example problem. Find the maturity value in interest if P is 80,000 is invested at 8% compound annually for 10 years. So our given is P equals 80,000, R is 8%, o gato na siyang i-convert into 0.08, gatong T is 10 years. So we're going to find maturity value in compound interest. So first, we're going to find maturity value, o gatong gamiton nga formula is F equals P open parenthesis 1 plus R close parenthesis raised to T. So atong ipang substitute ang given sa formula. So F equals 80,000 open parenthesis 1 plus 0.08 close parenthesis raised to T. Ug atong gibuhat din ani kay gi-add na to ang 1 plus 0.08 mao na nakuha ta og 1.08. Ug atoa na yung gi-multiply ang 1.08 sa 10 ug ang result ato is gi-multiply nato sa 80,000 mao na nakakuha ta og F nga 172,713.99. So proceed ta sa compound interest. So ang formula ani is 1C equals F minus P. So ato ang F kay 172,713.99 og i-minus nato sa present value nga 80,000 o na nakakuha ta og 92,173.99. And dire na punta sa present value at compound interest. So mao ni siya ang duha ka formula, where P is principal or present value, F is maturity or future value at the end of the term, R is interest rate, and T is term or time in years. So, mao ni siya atong problem. How much money should a student place in a time deposit in bank that pays 4.4% compound annually so that he will have 800,000 after 9 years? And mao ni siya ang atong solution. So, atong given is F equals 800,000, R is 4.4%, ug ato na siyang gi-convert into 0.044. Ug ato ang T is 9 years. So, we're going to find present value. Ug naa na siya duha ka formula ug atong gigamit kay kaning P equals F over open parenthesis 1 plus R close parenthesis raised to T. Ug ato ang gi-substitute ang given sa formula. So P equals 800,000 over open parenthesis 1 plus 0.044 close parenthesis raised to T. Ug ato ang gi-add ang 1 plus 0.044 mao nang nakakuha ta og 1.044 og atong gi-multiply ang 1.044 sa 9 og ang result ato is gi-divide nato sa 800,000 mao nang nakakuha ta og present value nga 542,982.08. Og dire na punta sa compound interest. Maturity or future value compounding M times a year, where P is principal or present value, F is maturity or future value at the end of the term, R is nominal rate, T is term or time in years, and M is frequency of conversion. So naatay mga formulas dire. Para makuha na to ang I, we need to divide R and M. Og para pod sa N, kailangan na to i-multiply ang M sa T. Og naatay duha ka formula para makuha na to ang maturity or future value. F equals P open parenthesis 1 plus R over M close parenthesis raised to M multiply to T. Og F equals P open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis raised to N. So here's our objective. Number 1, compute interest, maturity value, and present value in compound interest. Number 2 is solve problems involving compound interest is computed more than once a year. So here's our example problem. Find the maturity value and interest if P is equals to 60,000 is deposited in a bank at 2% compounded quarterly for 10 years. And here's our solutions. So our given is P equals 60,000, R is 2% o gato na siyang gi-convert into 0.02, T is 10 years, and M is 4. Kay kuan man siya kanang compounded quarterly. So natay solution dire para nakuha na to ang I. So gi-divide lang nato ang R og M. 0.02 divided by 4. Mo na nakakuha ta og 0.005. Og para pod sa N, gimultiply na to ang M og T, which is ang 4 og 10. Mo na nakakuha ta og 40 conversation periods. Mao na siya nga atong T. So we're going to find maturity value in compound interest. So first na to pangitaon is ang maturity value. Ug atong gigamit diri nga formula is f equals p open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis raised to n. Ug ato lang din gi-substitute ang given sa formula. F equals 60,000 open parenthesis 1 plus 0.005 close parenthesis raised to 40. Ug ato ang gi-add ang 1 plus 0.005 mao na nakakuha ta og 1.005. Og ato din gi-multiply ang 1.005 sa 40 og ang result ato kay atong gi-multiply sa 60,000 mao nakakuha ta og future value nga 73,247.65. And dire na punta sa compound interest. So ang formula nato is IC equals F minus P. Ug ato ang future value dire kay 73,247.65. Ug ato ang present value is 60,000. I-subtract lang nato na silang duha para makakuha ta og 13,247.65. Ug dire na punta sa present value at compounded interest. So mao ni siya atong mga formulas, where P is principal or present value, F is maturity or future value at the end of the term, R is nominal rate, T is term or time in years, and M is frequency of conversion. So here's our example problem. Find the present value of 75,000 due in 8 years if money is invested at 16% compounded semi-annually. And here's our solutions. So our given is F equals 75,000, R is 16%, ug ato ni siyang gi-convert into 0.16. Ang T is 8 years ug ang M nato kay 2 kay semi-annually man siya. Ug para makuha nato ang I, gi-divide nato ang R ug M, which is ang 0.16 ug 2. Mao na nakakuha ta og 0.08. Ug para pod sa N, gi-multiply lang nato ang 2 ug 8 mao na nakakuha ta og 16. So we're going to find present value. Ug mao na siya atong formula nga gigamit. P equals F over open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis raised to n. Ug ato ang gi-substitute ang given sa formula. 75,000 over open parenthesis 1 plus 0.08 close parenthesis raised to 16. Ug ato lang gi-add ang 1 plus 0.08 mo na nakakuha ta og 1.08. Ug ato da yung gi-multiply ang 1.08 sa 16. Ang result ato is gi-divide nato sa 75,000 mo nang nakakuha ta og 21,891.78. Ug mao na siya ang atong present value. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. I am Jeremy F. Morales, assigned in this topic entitled Finding Interest Rate and Time in Compound Interest. Objective: solve problems involving rate of interest and time in compound interest. Example 1. How long will it take 5,000 pesos to accumulate to 5,500 in a bank savings account at 0.23% compounded monthly? Given our present value is 5,000 and our future value is 5,500, R is 0.23, but we will convert into decimals. So our R is 0.0023 and our M is 12 because it is compounded monthly, so therefore 12. Our interest is equal to R over M, so 0.0023 over 12. First, we will solve for n. So, n is equal to logarithm, open parenthesis, future value over present value, close parenthesis, over logarithm, open parenthesis, of 1 plus interest, close parenthesis. So, we will distribute. So, logarithm n is equal to logarithm, open parenthesis, 5,500 over 5,000 close parenthesis over logarithm, open parenthesis, of 1 plus 0.0023 over 12 close parenthesis. So our n is 497. Makita man sa scientific nga calculator answer. So after we compute the n, we will solve for t. So makuha na to ang t tungod sa n. So makuha pod ang n tungod kay gi-times ang m times t. So, ang formula sa t is equal to n over m. So, equal, i-distribute na nato. Himo siyang 497 divided by 12 or 497 over 12 is equal to 41.42 years or time. Example 2. At what nominal rate compounded semi-annually will 15,000 pesos accumulate to 20,000 pesos in 15 years? Given our present value is 15,000 pesos and our future value is 20,000 pesos. T is 15, M is 2. Why 2? Because it is nganong 2 siya kay compounded semi-annually siya. So therefore, it's 2. And N is equal to M times T. So i-distribute na to. Ato ang M is 2 and our T is 15. So 2 times 15 is equal to 30. So first, we will solve for interest. So the formula is interest is equal to open parenthesis future value over present value raised to 1. Open parenthesis future value over P present value close parenthesis raised to 1 over n minus 1. So, i-distribute na to. Interest is equal to open parenthesis 20,000 over 15,000 close parenthesis raised to 1 over 30. Ano 30 kay? Ato ang n is 30. 2 times 15. So, 30 minus 1. So, our interest is equal to 0.0096. Makita po sa scientific nga nasa quantity. So after we solve for our interest, we will solve for rate. So rate is equal to interest times M. So atong i-distribute to ang interest is 0.0096. Tapos i-times na to siya sa 2 sa tong M. So therefore, ang answer is 0.0192. Pero need man nato siya i-convert into percent. So ako ang gibuhat, ako lang kuha ang first nga number which is kanang 1. So 1.92%.
So today we're gonna discuss about simple annuity. So what is simple annuity? A simple annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular intervals, where the payment period is the same as the interest compounding period. For example, if payments are made monthly and the interest is compounded monthly, it is a simple annuity. In my example, Anna deposit 1,000 pesos every month in a bank that gives 6% annual interest, compounded monthly for 3 years. How much will she have in her account after 3 years? So, given payment R equals 1,000, interest rate per year I equals 6, compounded monthly I equals 0.06 12 equals 0.005 time 3 years, number of payment N equals RX, R times 12 equals 36. So we use the formula for the future value of simple annuity. F equals R times open parenthesis 1 plus I and minus 1 and over I. So this is our solving. After substitute the values and solving, Anna's saving will grow to 39,340. This means her total deposit of 36,000 is earned an extra 3,340. Interest 1,000. So kanang kikapir ka pa niya ang 1.005. This means her total deposit of 36,000 earned an extra 3,340 interest. Final answer, Anna will have 39,340 after 3 years.
Good day, ma'am. My name is Carla Jean Kayakay, and this is my topic assigned General Annuity Finding the Future Value. So here's the problem. Example 1. Maria deposits 5,000 pesos every 3 months into a savings account that earns 8% interest compounded monthly. She will continue this for 5 years. Find the future value of the annuity. So, identify the given data. Regular payment or R is equal to 5,000 pesos. Nominal interest rate or J equals to 8% to convert in 0.08. And compounding period is equal to monthly. And payment period is equal to every 3 months. So, P equals 4 because there are 4 payments per year and time is 5 years. Convert to an equivalent interest rate per payment period. We use the formula. I equals to open parenthesis 1 plus J over M close parenthesis raised to the power M over P minus 1. So, isubstitute nato siya into I equals to open parenthesis 1 plus ang J nato equals to 0.08 and ang atong M is 12. So, ang atong M over P is 12 over 4 minus 1. I equals to 1 plus ato siyang i-divide ang 0.08 divided by 12. Nahimo siyang 0.006667. And ang 12 divided by 4, nahimo siyang 3 minus 1. Then, I equals to 1.0201 minus 1. Nahimo siyang equals to 0.0201 or 2.01% per payment period. Find the total number of payments N equals to T times P equals 5 times 4 equals to 20. So, use the future value formula for general annuity. So, future value equals to R times open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis raised to N minus 1 over I. So, atong i-substitute ang atong future value. So, ang atong R is equal to 5,000 times 1 plus ang atong I equal to 0.0201 and atong N is 20 minus 1. Ang over nato ang I, so 0.0201. So, ang atong i-plus ang 1 plus 0.0201, so equal to 1.0201. So, ato na sad i-times 1.0201 times 20 minus 1. So, nahimo siyang 1.4859 minus 1 over 0.0201. Ato na pod i-minus ang 1.4859 minus 1. So, equal 0.4859 over 0.0201. So, atong i-times 5,000 times 24.17. And ang atong final answer is future value equals to 120,850 pesos.
Finding the present value in general objectives. Apply the present value formula for a general annuity to solve problem. What is general annuity? A general annuity is an annuity where payments are made at regular intervals, monthly, quarterly, yearly, etc. But the interest is compounded at different intervals. For example, monthly compounding but quarterly payment. Because the payment and compounding frequencies differ, the effective interest rate per payment period must be calculated before using ordinary annuity formulas. What is present value? The present value or
PV is the current worth of a future sum of money or stream payment given a specific interest rate or discount rate. Formula: I equals 1 plus R divided by M sub 2 raised to the power M sub 2 divided by M sub 1 minus 1. I equivalent interest rate per payment period. R equals nominal annual interest. M sub 1 equals number of payment periods per year. M sub 2 equals number of compounding period per year. Here's the sample problem. General annuity finding the present value. Ken borrowed a amount of money from Kat. He agrees to pay the principal plus interest by paying 38,973.76 pesos each year for 3 years. How much money did he borrow if the interest is 8% compounded quarterly? Given R equals 38,973.76 pesos. M sub 1 equals 1 payment per year. M sub 2 equals 4 compounding periods per year. Time equals 3 years. Rate 0.08. Solution. Step 1. Find I. I equals 1 plus R divided by M sub 2 raised to the power M sub 2 divided by M sub 1 equal minus 1. I equals 1 plus 0.08 divided by 4 raised to the power 4 divided by 1. I equals 0.08243216. Solution. Step 2. Find present value. P equals R x 1 minus 1 plus I raised to the power minus n divided by I. N equals M sub 1, T equals 1, and 3 equals 3. P equals 38,973.76 pesos times 1 minus 1 plus 0.08243216 raised to the power negative 3 divided by 0.08243216. P equals 1,000. Final answer. Ken borrowed 100,000. That's the present value or P of the general annuity, meaning the amount he originally borrowed before making the annual payments of 38,973.76 pesos at 8% compounded quarterly.
General annuity finding regular periodic payments. Formula: when future value is given is R equals F, open the parentheses is 1 plus I and minus 1 I. When present value is given, R equals F 1 minus open parentheses is 1 plus I is equals N. I is open the parentheses is 1 plus R M sub 2, this copy is M, then M sub 2, then M sub 1 and minus 1, and so N equals M sub 1, then open the parenthesis equals T, where R is the regular payment, I is the equivalent interest rate prepayment interval converted from the interest rate per period. N is the number of payment. R is the nominal rate. M sub 1 is the payment of interval. M sub 2 is the length of the compounded period. T is the term of annuity. And these are the formula of general annuity pending regular periodic payment. Example of problem of general annuity pending regular periodic payment. Number 1. Monthly payment of the future value of 50,000 pesos for 1 year with an interest rate of 10% compounding quarterly. And so given
F equals 50,000 pesos. M sub 1 equals 12 because monthly. And so M sub 2 equals 4 and T equals 1 because 1 year. And they are open the parenthesis M sub 2 equals 0.1. 0.1 because the 10% compounded. Then n of n equals open the parenthesis is 12. Then 1. 1 is the T of 1 year. Convert of 10% compounded quarterly to its equivalent interest rate for monthly interval. And so I equals open the parenthesis 1 plus R open the parenthesis M sub 2. Then copy the M sub 2. Then close the parenthesis. And then M sub 2. Then M sub 1. And then minus 1. And these are, so copy the M sub 1 and T. So equals open the parenthesis 1 plus then 0.1 then 4. And this 4 then 12 because M sub 2 and M sub 1 and minus 1. Total of I equals 0.00826 for and for 484. Then find the present value of R equals F and open the parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis is n minus 1 in equal I equals 50,000. Then copy the I. So then I. So then copy the I and then. And so the final answer is R 30,000 pesos of 980.64. And these are the problem of general annuity pending regular predict payment. And these are, thank you.
General annuity, cash flow, and fair market value. What is general annuity? A general annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular intervals where the payment period and compounding period are not the same. Example, payments are made every 2 months while interest is compounded quarterly. Cash flow is refers to the movement of money into or out of an account over time. Inflows, money received; outflows, money paid. Cash flow is used in savings, investments, and loans to track the regular movement of money. Fair market value. The fair market value, or FMV, also called the present value, PV, is the current worth of all future payments. Formula: PV equals R times 1 minus open parenthesis 1 plus I close parenthesis raised to the power of negative n over I, where PV equals the present value or fair market value. R is equals to regular payment, I is equals to interest rate per payment period, and N is a total number of payments. 5 steps to solve a general annuity. 1. Identify all given values. 2. Find the rate per payment period using this formula. I equals I open parenthesis 1 plus I over M close parenthesis raised to the power of M over P minus 1. 3. Compute the total number of payment. N equals symbol of years times payments per year. 4. Substitute the values in the present value formula. 5. Interpret the result as a fair market value. Example problem: Jake deposits 4,000 pesos every 2 months for 5 years in an investment earning 7% compounded quarterly. Find the fair market value or present value of this general annuity. Given values: R equals 4,000 pesos, I equals 7%, 7% is equal to 0.07, M equals 4, quarterly compounding, P equals 6 every 2 months, N equals 5 times 6 equals 30 payments. Find I equals open parenthesis 1 plus 0.07 over 4 close parenthesis raised to the power of 4 over 6 minus 1. I equals open parenthesis 1.0175 close parenthesis raised to the power of 0.6667 minus 1. I equals 0.0116. Compute the present value. AB equals 4,000 times 1 minus open parenthesis 1 plus 0.0116 close parenthesis raised to the power of negative 30 over 0.0116. PB equals 4,000 times 1 minus 0.7068 over 0.0116. PB equals 4,000 times 25.28 so the present value is 101,120 pesos. The final answer is the fair market value present value of Jake's investment is 101,120. This means all his 4,000 payments over 5 years are worth 101,120 today at 7% interest compounded quarterly.
So, deferred annuity and present value of deferred annuity. So, ang problem natin dito is, Elena wants to ensure she has funds available when she retires in 10 years. She plans to invest a lump sum now in a deferred annuity that will start paying out monthly for 15 years once her retirement begins. If she wants to receive 25,000 pesos per month during her retirement, and the annuity earns an annual interest rate of 6% compounded monthly, how much should Elena invest today? So, ang ating naman solution dito ay calculate the present value of the amount payments during retirement. So, ang ating PMT dito or ang ating payment per period is 25,000 pesos. At atin naman yung tsaka natin ito yung makukuha kung i-divide na natin yung interest rate at saka period of time. So, makukuha natin dito is 6% per year and 12 months naman. So, gagawin natin dito is i-divide natin to. So, 6 divided by 12 is equals to 0.05. So, number of periods, so N. So, tsaka natin ito makukuha kapag i-multiply na natin yung 15 years at saka 12 months. So, 15 years times 12 months is equals to 180. So, proceed naman tayo sa solving. So, present value of annuity, PV, or formula natin is PV is equals to PMT times 1 minus close and open parenthesis 1 plus I raised to the close and open parenthesis minus N over I. So, gagawin natin dito is substitute natin yung mga nakuha natin na given. At pagkatapos naman natin ma-substitute sa lahat, ay doon naman natin to i-solve. So, 25,000 raised to the power of 1 minus close and open parenthesis 1.005 close and open parenthesis raised to the power of negative 1.8 and over 0.05. So, dito makukuha natin yung unang steps na ima-minus natin yung negative 180 at saka yung 1.005. So, yung nakuha dito is 0.4094. So, ang natitira natin isa-solve ay 25,000 pesos 1 minus 0.4094 over 0.05. At dito natin isa-solve yung 1 para maging 0 na siya. Para makaproceed na tayo sa pagkuha ng final answer. So, 25,000 pesos, 0.05906 over 0.005. So, ang gagawin natin dito is i-divide na natin to lahat para makuha yung correct answer nito or correct period retirement niya. So, PV is equals to 2,953 yung nakuha dito. Kasi, yung 25,000 ay na-minus na siya sa nakuha sa 0.5906 over 0.05. So, yun ang ating final answer sa problem 1 sa deferred annuity. So, stocks and bonds. So, ang ating problem dito is a Filipino investor has 100,000 pesos to invest in and is considering allocating is between stocks and bonds. Stocks are expected to return 10% annually but have a higher risk. And while bonds are expected to return 4% annually with lower risk. The investor wants to achieve an overall return of 6% on their investment. How much should be invested in stock and how much is the bonds to reach this target? So, proceed tayo sa ating solution. So, first, define the variables. So, let the amount invested in stock, let Y be the amount invested in bonds. So, stocks and bonds formula solving. So, proceed na tayo sa 2. So, simplify the equation. X plus Y is equals to 100,000 and negative ay 0.10x plus 0.04y is equals to 6,000. So, for the solving of the system of equations from the first question and express y in terms of x. So, y is equals to 100,000 minus x. So, 5. Substitute y in the second equation. So, 0.10x plus 0.04 I open parenthesis 100,000 and negative x and close and open parenthesis is equals to 6,000. So, 0.10x plus 4,000 minus 0.04x equals to 6,000. So, sa 6 naman tayo, combine like terms. So, negative 0.006x minus is equals to 2,000 and 7 for x. Negative x is equals to